Right, well, since you were last here, the bracket. You've annoyed the shit out of me. I'll get these here too. Well, look at that. Oh. So, how are we all doing there? Are we all quite happy? Can you see what's going on? So, thankfully Phil's disappearing, and so we'll just start ripping all this out. It probably needs a good clean because it's just been sat forever. Yeah, I think we're going to have to take the rubbing block off too, aren't we? Take that off. We don't need the rubbing block anymore. Right. I should have a little box I should be putting all this stuff in so I don't lose it. It is a bit gnarly in there, isn't it? I might just get... Oh, there's a rag. Look at that. Just get a bit of it. We want that clean where the module's going to sit. The rest of it doesn't really matter so much. Because obviously this is being built as a rat rod. And if you know about rat rods, then the stuff like this, I mean, yes, you could spend hours and get it all nice, it's loose, all nice and clean and sparkly, but normally it says as what it is, you know. You try not to use new parts where possible, but I've used a lot of new nuts and bolts because I couldn't find matching sets of anything else. So I've got that heated thing to put the screwdriver into. Here we go. So they give you this stuff here. So that's like it's a silicon heat transfer stuff. So when you bolt this on, put it in, you put it on here so that it transfers the heat from here through there and onto there. So this actually looks like it's going to be reasonably easy, doesn't it? So we'll fire up this first problem. The wires attached, the terminals. That does fit, doesn't it? It's a great way to find out that it's not the right. So we can get it through the hole. I'll do that now. So flow that wire through that hole, that wire through that hole. So you just put a bit of that on there. They always give you way too much. Now we need to try and slide that. Which means it's not really the right one because the hole doesn't line up. Only people can get away with just running one screw. I bought this ages and ages and ages ago. So they don't even fit on me. Oh, it's a bugger.
A few minutes later.
Right, so we're back. After all of those anyone would think today was not a public holiday, but it's let's go visit Richard Day. So I've been off and had some lunch. I had some hot, spicy prawns for lunch in the air fryer. Yummy. Anyway, so, well, I've got in my mind I was trying to sort out this little issue. It's a bit of a pisser really because I wanted to use all that in there, but I can't because it doesn't fit. Now, we're probably back to using points. Then I thought to myself, I don't have a condenser for it because I think back in the dim dark days when this was just lying around, I stole the condenser off it for something else. But in amongst all the box of bits, I found a little wee container and it has a condenser. But it says that it's for an angular prefect, late 57, 59. In my book, a condenser is a condenser, so it doesn't really matter what it's for. I know there's different values for them, but a condenser is better than no condenser at all. So we will use that. These are the old points that came off. And look at that. I mean, just look at the state of that. I think they are the same. I'm not sure. What are these ones like? No, they're pretty toast. But we could reuse those if we had to. But let's dive into this new packet and see what else is in here. Oh, it's like ants or something has been. Oh, no, it's got rust. The telling is, and what do the points look like? Oh, there's a bit of green corrosion on them, but they're new. I can clean that up. There's a bit of rusty poos on the bottom, but to all intents and purposes, we could I could use those, I suppose. I have to remember to put the wiper block back in too. That's really annoying, that. I could have gone online and ordered another one, which I'll probably do anyway, but they do look a bit toast, although they line up nice. I'll go and get some stuff. Hang on.
Much later.
So, how are your days going? Are you doing all right? You know, are you out in the shed working on something, or are you sitting behind your computer at work, wasting the boss's money? Yeah, it's always quite, I don't know, whether we want to know what you're doing as much as you're watching us. Oh, look at those points are good. Oh yeah. Give that a bit of a scratch up on the bottom. Yeah, so it's raining again, and it seems to be more persistent than it was earlier on. I'm going to get these two, that screw back in there, jimmy that. Oh, look at that, fits, eh? Wow. Shit, Richard, we're on a winner here. Well, maybe. Put the earth strap on. You know, I suppose back in the day, when I did my apprenticeship, this sort of stuff was everywhere. In every garage or workshop that was around, they had all this kind of stuff in stock because you had to. These days, you go to the suppliers and you say, oh, I want a points and condenser for a Toyota 4K. They go, oh, what's the registration number? And you go, well, I shouldn't need to give you that because it's a Toyota 4K. Oh, no, they need to know that. So you give it to them anyway, and they go, oh, no, we don't do them anymore. Yeah, well, it's... Because obviously back from when I was a lad, this stuff was all readily available. And how lucky are we that is sitting bang on top of the cam. So we can just set those points at 0.4. 0.4 sounds about right, 0.4 to 0.6. What we do now is find the feeler blades. Where would I have those? Hang on.
1 hour later.
16th hour, set at 16th hour already, which is 0.4, which is a good point gap. So we'll get in here and we'll just... I mean, I'm sure most of you people who are watching, or who are even interested in watching, you've all done point gaps before. These are normally used for doing overhead valve or overhead cam valve clearances. The ones for points are really quite small, but I seem to have lost mine. So, I mean, these ones work all right because they've got an angled tip on them, so you can just tip them in there and go, is that just a bit loose? So just take a bit more. That would probably be too tight. Come back a bit. Mint. Screw the screw up. Check it. Yep, mint. Do this one up. Perfect. Now the other thing you don't want to forget is to put some lubricant grease on the cam. Now you do that so it doesn't wear the heel out for your points. And like a lot of things, just a little dab. Just a little dab will do you. So you don't need to smother or kill it in it. You just around on the cam loads there, and that'll be good. Oh, I should no. I've got a rag there. I was going to wipe it on my trousers. Now to this little dooflacky. What's it? So that goes in there like that. This nut thing goes through there. That just get in there. So that all goes in there like that. And that clicks on there and goes in there like that. So that's all nice. And then on the other side, we've got this, which looks a bit homemade to me, but it's just an isolator. So you have to isolate that wire from everything else so it doesn't short out, because if it shorts out, you don't get any bark at the points. That nut doesn't even... Why was that nut on there? It doesn't even screw on there. Oh, crap. So we should, at this stage, get this dinky little condenser. There's a little screw there we could screw that into. Because it has to be earthed as well. Because this is... Can you see that? No, you can't. You can not actually see what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. So that's where the condenser normally screws on. And it has a big pigtail going around there. This one's not long enough. I don't think I've got any other condensers lying around. Do I? No, I don't think I do. Because I had a big tidy up a wee while ago, and I would have known if I had one lying around. But we might be able to use that screw there, maybe just tuck that under there. So I really need another little nut, because we've still got to put a power wire on there too, don't we? Way too difficult. In my head, I had this all working seamlessly this morning. need to take this out again and go and find a couple of nuts that'll go on there. So I'll be back soon.
A few minutes later.
Well, so we're back again. Wandered around the workshop and found some nuts and a washer. So that goes in there like that. He goes in there like that. That one there goes on there like that. The other half of that inside. I don't even think that's the right part. But it's come off there, so we're just going to jam it back on there. The washer, big nut, spanner, should be. Yep. Ugh. So yeah, today I'm just killing time to help out Phil, who's moving some of his cars from part of the workshop because he has let somebody else. This geezer's going to take away Phil's. He's got a 91D Rainer, which some of you may know what that is. Most of you will probably have no idea. This is going to be interesting. Is there a thread in here or not? I don't think it does have a thread in it. I was struggling to find somewhere to mount said condenser. Because while I was out before, while I was away from the camera, I had a quick shift. I might have some other condensers hidden somewhere, but no, I don't. So we're just having to do with what we've got. I can't stick that condenser inside because there's no room. See, normally back in the day, you'd take the distributor out of the car to do this kind of job, but I'm really trying to get away without doing that. I wonder if I could just jam that. I should have probably just given up on this and gone home. I can't because, as I said, I'm waiting for Phil to turn back up again. In a few hours, he said. Oh, I think I'll come back when I've got a longer lead on this so I can mount it into there. So we'll come back then.
One eternity later.
Okay, so we're back again. While you were away, I managed to find this condenser off a Holden 6. And it's got this little doodah on there so you can just power onto there and away you go. So basically everything in there is now done. This is taking way longer. Anyway. So I've got choices. What to do with the other one? Oh, there. So I've got two rotors. That one looks pretty much like the one I took off, which is broken. Can't remember what I did with that now. And this one looks way bigger, but it does say it's for a 79 to 82 Starlet, manufactured by Robert Bosch in Australia. So what we might just rip into this one. We're going to have bets on to see if it fits. Oh, it's fairly big. No, it's not going to fit because it's the wrong sort. So throw that one over there and I'll grab this one out. Hopefully this is correct because today being a public holiday, nobody's open. Oh, there we go. Oh, springs feel pretty good. And we also grabbed this box here. So it's going to be hit and miss to see whether this is correct. Is it? Oh, look at that. Made for it. Oh, it even numbers the cylinders for you. Brilliant. Oh, look at that. We've made some progress. Didn't take long, did it? Now, what have I done with the HT leads for this car? I think they're in the drawer.
Several days later.
HT leads, high tension leads. Got a fair smattering of them here. But I'll put those on the floor. But what I did find, which I was looking for the other weekend, was these things. And I need said thing so I can mount the rear brake hose somewhere. So that's good that I found those because I was sure I had kept some, and yes I did. So they will no doubt come in handy. Anyway, back to the HT leads. I would appear as these are the correct ones. See, they've got the little thing on there. I've only got two of them, so I might have to buy a new set of these, which would be annoying. I don't know where the other ones have gone because I would have had a set on it because I found the old distributor cap while I was looking there as well. But I also found this set of leads. Now, it has actually, the leads are numbered. And I'm wondering whether this might have been off something like a little econo van or something along those lines. So I wonder, I would assume that would be number one. And number three. Oh, yeah. Oh, even these are numbered. Number one, number two, number 3, and number 4. That looks very, very odd, doesn't it? That's number 2, so it's got to get rid of that. So what we might do is we might get rid of that. Where's the knife?
A few minutes later.
So we'll just get in here and just nice and safely just cut that off. Throw that over there. Undo these all off there. Got it. Right. So 3, 4, 2. God, that looks awful, doesn't it? Looks dead awful. What we might be able to do using this. That's looking better all the time. What these things are for? There must have been something. But there we go, that's in. Now, do we have a coil lead? Blue one somewhere.
1 week later.
So, have got a coil lead, a big long one. It's blue though. And I was thinking to myself, the next little issue I've got is now I've got to find a normal ignition coil. Because said one in box over there is for electronic ignition and not for this. But we're getting there, we're making progress. I think better if it had its original style leads on it. So there you have it. Now, the coil. Everything for that over there has a ballast coil. We want a non-ballast coil. Right. Dare I say it? I'll be back.
Much later.
Okay. Coil, 1.2 ohms, which is ideal for a pointed non-ballast system. And we can smash that on there, that'll go on there. Positive wire, negative wire. Negative wire to there. What do you think? I think that's probably a bit of a win. So we'll bolt that on there. So I was just looking for stuff and I opened up the boot of the Austin 7 and lo and behold, what's in the boot? Well, obviously some time ago I put a battery in there because that's where the battery's going to go. And it was in there with most of the engine wiring and all the other gubbins that go with said stuff. Look at that. Oh God, I'm good. So we can put that onto there. So we're actually getting somewhere now. We're getting close to doing wiring up things like battery and there's the old rotor. It's all broken. So that's junk. Oh, we forgot to put that in. We'll keep that because we'll need to put that in. We don't have to put it in, but it'd be nice if it was in there. So now I need some little wires. I wonder if I can just tutu onto there. Sorry, because that's the negative side of the coil because power goes in there and this is the side that you ground off to make the spark. So that goes to the point. So this is the negative side. If you put the positive side going to there, which a lot of people think power goes to here, power doesn't actually go there. That's where it is the circuit. So it's basically taking the circuit that comes out of here and grounding it. And that's what makes your spark. So people think power goes from there to there, but it doesn't. It's actually just grounding the circuit. So I need to make some little wires. God, it's annoying that the electronic didn't fit. Still annoyed about that because I won't be able to send that back for a credit because it was so many years ago. They'll just laugh at me. Because I'm going to use the jump pack on this. Actually, I've got to put oil in it too. It hasn't got any oil in it. We don't worry about water. Don't need water to make a car go. So we need to put oil in there, oil in there. It hasn't got oil in the diff either, but we're not going to be driving anywhere, so it's not a problem. Actually, what I might do is get the wiring loom out from the back of the car, because that'll have all the battery cables and stuff on it, which we probably need. So I'll go and look at that, and then we will come back.
A few minutes later.
Right, we're back again. This has taken a while, hasn't it? But I found this hanging on the wall, and it'll go on there, mint as. I must have made it for another coil thingy because it's got a coil bay terminal, what's it on it. So there we go, that's our connection there. It looks a bit rangy, but it'll do the job. So now that goes to battery, and we go battery to starter motor, and then we go one from the solenoid on the starter motor to the battery, and then battery to earth. And that should be enough of a circuit to make this run. That'll be fun, won't it? Yeah, well, won't it, Richard? Yes. I'm just looking at, oh, there's a vacuum. Oh, that must be for the brake booster. I'll have to block that off, because otherwise there's going to be a huge vacuum leak and it won't run along with that. Oh, there's another one there. It's got two. Was one of them a water hose? One of them might be a water hose. Not sure. Not sure. But we're getting there. I think we should go and have a look at the starter motor, because I'll need to get some starter motor cables, because I've got the wiring loom out of the boot of the car, and it is the complete wiring loom, which means then you've got to put an ignition switch in and all that sort of stuff to get it to run, which is not what we want to do, obviously. Well, we do at the end of the day, but not just right now. We just need the bare essentials to make it go. I've still got to hook up a fuel system for it, but that'll be later on. And it stopped raining and the sun looks like it's trying to come out. Anyway, I'm going to wander off over in that direction, where all the old Holden stuff is, and see if I can lay some hands on some battery cables. And we'll be back again.
1 hour later.
Okay, so we've been away and we've come back now again, obviously, and we are now on the other side of the car. I have run a few wires and we are now going to see if it'll start. Now, if it does start, this will be the first start in, I don't know how many years, because I wasn't quite too sure how long the car had been sitting before I got it. I have put oil in the engine, I haven't put oil in the gearbox yet, because really I just want to see if it'll fire. Once it fires, then we'll put oil in the gearbox and then see if we can get a fuel system hooked up. So, shall we try it? I think we should. We've spent all day so far here, and all I seem to have done is got little piles of mess everywhere and tools everywhere again. So anyway, let's see what happens. So, the red wire goes over to the coil. So if we touch that on there, yep. Should actually put a petrol. I mean, these carburetors haven't been cleaned either, so who only knows what's going on in there. And we grab the blue wire, give that a bit of a and let's see what happens. Well, I think you can tell that it wants to go, which is pretty exciting, really. We'll give that another. I don't think the timing's quite right. But anyway, so there we go. It actually made some noises. Running on that cylinder, running on that one, and that one, and that one. So running on all cylinders. That's pretty cool. So we'll just disconnect the earth off there. I don't know why we need to do that, because nothing else is live. So I think you could say that was fairly successful. I've never heard this engine run before. So what I might do is just do a bit of a quick timing on it, because it shouldn't have been popping back through the carburetor, but it still should be fairly close. Anyway, phone's ringing. So I'll talk to you later.
Several days later.
Okay, now here we go again. So just reset the timing and we'll have another go. And let's see what happens. Oh, that starter cable's getting hot. Sounds promising. So I think from that, I'm now going to continue and see if I can get the fuel system up and running, like running off petrol. So we'll see you in a bit.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so the fuel pump works. Yeah, it works really good. Turns out that my flash-looking top fuel manifold piping is not quite up to scratch. It's got a couple of leaks. So it's leaking here, and it's leaking there, and it's leaking all over the exhaust. But the car does actually run, but I can't really have it running for long because there's oodles of petrol pouring out. So there you have it. The Austin 7 Special engine runs. Sounds quite good too, apart from all the fuel pouring everywhere. And I mean, it just pours out. So when I made that, I just had a real crap flaring tool. Now I've got a really flash one, so I might be able to remake that again. But yeah, no, that's a bit of a win for today.
Much later.
Okay, so this is the next day. Differences, redone this, so now it doesn't leak. I've actually had it running, so I thought I'd just give a quick start up so you can listen to it. So there you go. That's not too bad, I suppose. I'm not sure about the condition of the engine, but it does run. It did sound a little bit before like it had maybe a big end bearing problem. Because I have no idea of the history of this engine, and it came out of a car that looked like it had been thrashed within an inch of its life. So it may not be absolutely brilliant inside. But anyway, we've proved the point. It runs, fixed the fuel leak. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here, whether I'm going to pull the sump off and have a look, because I can do that from underneath. I might do that actually, and then if it's toast, I'll just get another engine, because they're reasonably easy to get, I think, and we'll go from there. So I think we'll call that done, well, this part of the job anyway, until next time I do something. Until then, like I said before, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, because there's lots of other videos on my channel. I think we're over 100 now on different stuff. And there's a whole bunch on there with Silty, my little Fiat 500. As I said before, we're about to do the first video on that vehicle. 1970 Bedford CA Debonair camper van from England. I would imagine I know of another one in this country, so they're fairly rare. And so that's another video that's coming up. Keep an ear out. If you like what you see, just subscribe. You can leave a comment if you like. Thanks for watching. If you want. Hey! How about that, people? Pretty cool.